it's POGMarineFPS, and today we're going to be working on the CZ-999, and we are going to polish up in certain areas. Now this will also work with the EZ9 as well, but we're going to polish up some of these areas so they're not gritty, they're nice and smooth, slick in the way that the pistol was intended. Assembly. Lock the side black. If you got a magazine in there, check the magazine's unloaded, chamber's unloaded, we're good to go. Since it's already locked back, we'll take this lever, push it down as such so it's in this downward position, and then I like to hold it there, and then I like to hold the slide with this hand, press down with that thumb, and simply slide it off. So now you get these two pieces, you get the slide and the frame. Now it's pretty simple here, pretty much standard pistol. Make sure this it does got spring tension on there, make sure it don't go flying, and then remove the barrel. Set that aside. Now these areas that we want to polish. The areas that I want some concern to is here, this contact here. So what we're going to do is take some very light grit sandpaper, remove the finish just on this right here, and then we're going to polish it. And remember, it's just on this area here, the middle area. We're not removing it everywhere. Alright, now that we removed the finish from just this area here, we are going to get some metal polish, and I recommend this. First off, get a rag, obviously, that you don't really care about. Light dab of that, and start polishing the area in the middle. Alright, so now that we got this polished, you can obviously see the nice shiny polish. You're going to want to put a little light coat of oil. So just a little teeny, weeny little touch, like probably like quarter size of a pea, and then just rub it on there to protect the metal and also sleek it up a little bit. So now that that's done, that's one of the contact areas. So that's all smoothed out. Now we'll work on to we'll go on to the frame. Now you could polish, you could always do this with any pistol. You could polish inside the rails here to make it even smoother, but let's work on the frame. These are just the most common easy areas first, and then we'll work on the more complicated areas. So this contact area here, so what we're going to do is remove a little bit of finish, and we're going to polish just this area up where the slide moves on. That's what it should look. It should just be that area where you remove the finish, just in here where the contact points are. So then we'll take the metal polish and we'll do the same thing we did to the slide. Take a little bit and polish this area. Alright, now that we get that polished, that's good to go. It's nice and smoothed out. Like before, we'll take a little drop of oil, as that's actually a little too big, and then just rub it in that area. If you have access, just rub it off lightly, but you do want to keep that area oiled, make it a little bit smoother. But alright, now that we've done that, since this is aluminum frame, I'm usually don't like removing finish, but this rail here and the inside rail as well, we're going to remove the finish and polish these rails. Now since it's aluminum don't rust, it oxidizes, but you still want to keep lubricating those areas because they are high contact areas, and then we'll make the gun a lot smoother. So with the rail polished on that side, we'll switch it over and do the other rail. I'm going to leave the other rail out of this video because it'll make it a lot quicker, and you guys, it's pretty much the same thing you're doing on this side. So I'm just going to leave that out. Another place to polish is on the rear of the slide. Now with the rear of the slide, here where the rails are, they are steel. So you may or may not want to remove the finish. It may not make that big of a deal. We're not going to remove the finish on the rear, but you could also polish this as well. Now, like early on, I said we could polish these rails inside this steel slide. So we could polish the inside rail, but we're not going to do it just because I don't want it to be fully exposed, but we are going to run some sandpaper through it. Not enough to take the finish off, just to smooth up whatever's in there. Now I like to take this and then I put it like that, so that way I can push it into the rails without damaging any of the finish. That's all said and done. We'll take the polish, and like I said, we just ran them in there just to get the minor grit in there. We'll take the polish. I'll take a pick or a nail or wherever it may be, put a little bit of polish on your cloth. That's a little too much, but we'll take a little bit off. We'll dab it in there so it soaks in there. So just a light amount of polish like that. Take this and ride this within the rail. You can use a nail or wherever it may be, but we're gonna do it like this. And then taking this and ride this in the rail. Don't need to polish this. This is already polished, but we're just gonna clean her up with a clean rag, wipe her down. You're gonna put a drop of oil on there, oil it up, just a little drop, and then we're gonna just rub the oil in. Inside here, it also rubs. So what we're going to do is remove some of the finish, and we're going to polish this as well. As you can see, I started removing the finish. You kind of see the machine marks inside of it. Now you can't get all that out, but they're not that deep, but we don't want to wear it down too much. So we're just pretty much remove the finish as good as we can, and then we're just going to polish that area to smooth it up. Alright, so that's what you'll be left with, and don't forget a little light drop of oil, so that way, since this is steel, it won't rust. Plus it'll help lubricate it. You know, I actually changed my mind. I'm actually going to do the rear rail. So make sure you don't hit any of the parts. We're going to remove the finish with the sandpaper. We're going to polish this rear rail as well. Alright, so now that we polished those up as well, we're going to slide on the frame. And how we're going to do that, we've got to assemble the frame first. Put the barrel in. Put the spring in. And then simply slide the frame on. Now that you polished it, it'll be a lot smoother now. You can just hear it. It sounds beautiful. Feels a hell lot smoother, and it's good to go. Thank you guys for watching how to refine the EZ9 or CZ-999 by Zastava. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and it truly does make your EZ9 that much smoother. So thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day and stay safe.